Sorry.
It's game time.
Quiet, please. I am analyzing.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Is the next step the transplantation of the human brain?
Ballsy. Stupid, but ballsy.
Stand by for action.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Okay.
Remember, we're not dealing with an intelligence on our own level.
Bring in the logic probe.
Ooh.
End of line.
Welcome back.
Yeah, we made it.
We're still alive.
We made it to a second episode.
Well, we're well past 2 episodes. We've got 100 episodes in the can already.
That's fair.
And as the recording of this episode, I have made it 45 revolutions around the sun.
Congratulations. Happy birthday to you and to Jeremy this week, guys.
As of the recording of this podcast, I churned 45 yesterday, which meant Jeremy churned Eternal the day before.
Mm-hmm. Jeremy's always Eternal.
I stopped counting.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good.
I've been 45 since last December, so
that's a good practice, though. Stop counting. Just stop counting.
Yeah.
All of you can get off my lawn.
Yeah. I've got clouds to go shout out.
Yeah. That's a fun pastime now, since, you know. What it is about the beginning of September, you two have birthdays, and then my friend Jarrett, his birthday is Friday. So
happy birthday to him.
Yeah.
I have not been able to make it from my semi-underground lair out to the sky base where Terrestrial Boy is. I have not made it out to your new house yet.
Is that what this is? It's a sky base? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take
well,
it.
considering in 2020 when the pandemic happened, we lost the orbital moon base. You know, we got to do with what we got.
Well, you know, there sacrifices had to be made.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well,
we made
the sacrifices to the volcano, and it didn't work.
Oh yeah. I mean, whose job was it to appease the gods that day? Really?
I knew I forgot something.
Yeah.
That answers so much.
So they're all thinking that the pandemic was started over in Wuhan, China, whatever. No. It's all Nathan.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Right there.
Please don't kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gaming though.
Yes.
What we've been doing.
So
we sort of continuing on what we talked about last time. Before we get into that, we are, as of recording this, we're T-minus about 36 hours, to a day and a half before our grand re-premiere on YouTube, Facebook.
And if we can get it working, even Twitch.
Even Twitch.
If we can get the premiere working on Twitch, we'll get it on Twitch too at the same time, or within a few moments of.
There's and guys, comment. If you're listening, comment on whatever platform you're listening on. Let us know you're there. Let us know that if you would want to basically watch us randomly do this live, because our other option is to broadcast as we're recording the podcast and then put it out on all the other platforms.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Also, as a possibility, hopefully here moving forward in a little while, we can use the Twitch channel to run games, because I know we were wanting to try some new role-playing game systems.
Yes,
that would be a good place. We could actually broadcast that live and then put up the actual video.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we can Twitch stream video games, the Gamers Haven games. I mean, you guys have done that before. I mean, I have a PS5, but I also now, thanks to Nathan's hard work, have a computer that actually will run stuff. So,
So in my gaming this week, we got a copy of Baldur's Gate 3 for my fiance, and we made it through the intro section. Ethan, if you can scrounge the dollars for it, Baldur's Gate 3 is on sale this week for 25% off.
That makes it how much?
44 plus tax.
Yeah, I don't know how long that sale will last.
I think it's till the 11th. I think it's till yeah.
It's my daughter's 12th birthday next week, and we're we're spending a pretty penny on that. So
that kind of takes precedence. Well, I totally get it.
So I can't really swing $40 towards that right now.
I understand. It's been an eventful 2 weeks.
It's also been an eventful 8 years?
8 years, yeah. But no, I was gonna say, but like picking up from last time, we were talking about, I was talking about Fabula Ultima. We were talking about I was talking about Rumble Slam, which I got to play the other night with Ethan. Ethan and I played it on Tabletop Simulator the other night.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a very thematic game.
And I love thematic games. They're my favorites.
The little bit I played with you before, Noah, was really entertaining. We ran out of time because I had to go to bed.
No, understood. And I mean, to be fair, Ethan and I started at something like 9:30 at night, and we went till about 12:30. So it was about a 3-hour game.
Yeah, but I mean, it's understandable. It's like we're learning the system and doing all that stuff, and it always cracks me up anytime you see a time estimate on a board game or a miniatures game or something, because it's such BS. It just their estimated time, it just is never right.
So speaking of estimated times, do you remember the time when we actually played Arkham Horror? Estimated time to completion 2 to 4 hours. 3 days later, the game ended, and we still lost.
Yep.
That was crazy. It was like, we're going to have to do this another night. Said, okay, we'll do it another night. Came back over, did another night. And we're not talking like, 30 minutes here, an hour there. No, we're talking like 5 hours a night for 3 nights to finish a game. Because I had all those, I still do. I had all the expansions. And it was just like, so it was like every time we did something, like there was like 12 different things that came into play.
Yeah. When you start getting those expansions, especially on Arkham Horror, you start getting those expansions in there, so much starts happening. Yeah. And the same as with like Talisman is the same as if you have all the expansions for that, it just gets kind of insane.
Speaking of Talisman,
I got Talisman for my birthday, the new version. So we're gonna have to do a board game night and play it.
Did you get the Alliance's expansion?
No, I just got the base game. We'll have to see.
I've got the Alliance expansion. It turns it into a co-op game.
Oh, that's what you were talking about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And also
you mentioned that.
Some legacy aspects to it too. I haven't the expansion isn't that expensive, honestly. Okay. It's a little box, and it's the only one they put out. Honestly,
it's about $34, I think.
I'll have to take a look at it. I want to play the base one first and get a feel for it, because apparently it's much more changed from the version that we played before, which was we have 4th edition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fourth.
Yeah, this is the 5th edition. This new one is the 5th. The last one is 4th edition. It went through 3 or 4 different iterations.
Yeah, we have. I think it's 4th edition, but we have an early version of 4th edition that's like not the company of the later ones. And we have all the expansions that we could find.
There's the Black Libraries edition. That was the first 4th edition one.
Which is the black box, right?
Yes.
That's the one we have. Because our box.
And then Fantasy Flight got it, and then after Fantasy Flight lost it, Pegasus Spiel got it. So there's 3 different versions of it. I know too much about that, I guess. Before that, I was Games Workshop.
I find it to be a highly entertaining game. I find it to be really good. It's not my favorite board game, but it is. I do really enjoy it. Now that being said,
to an extent, it's a nostalgic thing for me, because I remember playing. I want to say I guess it was the 3rd edition that had the kind of the puzzle board.
Yeah.
I played that with my brother a lot growing up.
The board pieces go around the sides like the 4th edition, but they each had like an individual shape that like stuck to the board in a specific.
Yeah, well, it was like the board pieces came together kind of like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
The main board.
It had like the beveled edges that were cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to play that. Oh God, that would have been. Oh man, that was. That was like early 2000s.
I'm talking. This version is in the 90s, dude. So.
Yeah. Well, the person who I played it with, they would have had.
Talisman went out of print for a long time too. Yeah. So I remember when they announced it coming out for the Black Libraries edition, it was like, hey, finally. But. It's like that and Hero Quest were my jam.
Right. You were talking about Arkham Horror, and Fantasy Flight has put out so many Cthulhu games now.
Well, there's an Arkham Horror role-playing game.
There is
now.
that. It was one of the three things I was thinking about getting Nathan for his birthday. I was between the Talisman, which is what I got him, the Talisman RPG, because there's now a Talisman RPG as well.
I have the PDF of it.
Pass.
Okay. I mean,
we can do a
it's
review.
It's nothing memorable, really.
It's nothing memorable. Okay.
But I mean, I'll share. I'll show it to you anytime. But
have you seen it, Jeremy?
Yeah, it's pretty basic.
Okay, cool. That's a good addition. Yeah.
There's
focus. It's like no.
Yeah, that's the Fantasy Flight one, so that is 4th edition. Yeah.
Yeah, it says revised 4th edition right on the front.
Yes. To say is that the game that I really have enjoyed with in the Cthulhu mythos has been Elder Sign.
Madness.
Well, Tower of Madness, yes. Tower of Madness was
that's the one with that's the Kerplunk one, right?
Yes. So okay. Tower of Madness, I haven't gotten the chance to play with you, Jeremy, but if we can get together, if you're up for visitors at some point, I will bring this up to you. Tower of Madness is a mixture of Yahtzee and Kerplunk.
With Cthulhu.
With Cthulhu.
Yeah.
And I've had this game. I picked this game up for like $20 or $30 a couple of years ago now.
It's been the most played board game whenever you come over to board games.
Well, it's great for when you just want something casual and fast.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can get through a game in pretty quickly, like 30 minutes.
We actually for the first time I was playing it with. Was I playing it with you? No, who was I playing it with? I may have been playing. Oh no, it was Kiri and
Kitty.
And Kitty, our friends Kitty and Kiri. We were playing it with them for the first time, and someone went mad for the first time.
Really?
Yes. And
wow. I have yet to see that.
Yeah, somebody actually went mad, and I think Cthulhu ended up getting raised. But yeah, somebody actually went mad for the first time that I've seen. Because there's madness
That's
rules
awesome.
and but no, the game I was going to mention actually is Elder Sign, and that was a good find. Like,
oh yeah,
Elder Sign I picked up on a kind of a whim.
Kiddo never wants to go.
Well, Elder Sign is
I don't remember what you. Oh, sorry.
No, I think Elder Sign came about really as they wanted to make Arkham Horror more accessible and take less than 8 hours to play.
Right, and that's kind of what made me think of it. Was Nathan had mentioned Arkham Horror, and so
30 board game boxes that I never touch in my closet.
So I wanted something that we could play, and I had asked at our local game store, and they said, "Hey, have you tried Elder Sign?"
Co-op game, yeah. Phil up at Tabletop is the guy who sort of turned me onto it too. So
yeah. He was also the one that recommended the Betrayal at the House on the Hill,
which is a great game.
Yeah. I have the one that I got was the one that he recommended, which was the one that we played that you have or had, Ethan.
I had the original one, and then I had the second edition that came out. Now I just have the legacy version, which we still need to finish.
I have 3rd edition, which is the green box, and then
there's a new
edition of it
just came out.
I think I have the 2nd edition, the one that kind of like came out and then something happened and it went away real quick, and then everybody was trying to get their hands on it.
Was it is it the one with the red and yellow box?
I would have to look. Yeah. It's been sitting in my closet for almost a decade because
if it says Avalon Hill on it, then it's the 2nd edition.
Yeah, the 1st edition's ancient back in the 80s. So
there's no way I have the first one. It would have been the one I would have got it in like 2010, 2009, so in there. It's
either that one or the 3rd edition, which has the green cover.
Don't know.
Great game, fantastic game.
I mean, maybe it has the green
maybe
cover.
maybe my edition does say
right over here. So Although
Well, and you also have a
storage unit.
Betrayal at
Watch out for Mosquito,
Baldur's
who's still
Gate,
kind of
right?
Yes, I have Betrayal at Baldur's Gate. I've only played it once. I've only ever played it once, and
One too.
you have that one, Jeremy?
Yeah, I have that one too. I really like that one.
I played it once. I think I played it with you. Honestly, I mean, that was a lot of fun.
The nice thing about Betrayal at Baldur's Gate is is that it's being D&D. You feel more heroic. You're playing a more heroic and capable character than just like a person in a haunted house.
Yeah.
And I like how
Definitely
it's in the streets and like in the inn and stuff like that. I really like games that can let you do. I mean, Inside the Mansion was fine. It's cool.
Well, I mean, that's the theme of that version is that you're in the house on Haunted Hill. That's what that is.
There is, to my knowledge, also a. Let me look this up.
I don't know what version this is.
So
it's got Wizards of the Coast on the side.
That's second edition.
That's the second edition.
That is the second edition.
That's the Avalon Hill second edition.
Okay, there's a giant AH on the front. Avalon Hill. Okay.
That is the second edition. Yeah.
With the plastic minis.
Yes. But there is one more thematic betrayal game that I have not picked up, and I probably should at some point just for poops and ha-has. And they actually sell Betrayal at Mystery Mansion. It's a Scooby-Doo. Yeah. There's a Scooby-Doo betrayal game.
Okay.
Well, the monsters are all like people wearing masks and crap.
It's Old Man Francis over at the Haunted Carnival.
Yeah, Man Withers.
I don't.
That it weren't for you meddling kids.
I don't know particularly like what goes into the betrayals, but you play as the five mystery machine
Scooby Machine Gang.
Yeah,
so nice.
Scooby,
Shaggy, Velma, Daphne, or Fred.
One of them betrays him by running him over with the Scooby.
With the mystery machine. Mystery machine.
But yeah, apparently it says discover. I'm reading the little blurb on it. It says discover enough clues to uncover the mystery, then one player switches sides to become the monster, adding a twist to the gameplay.
Nice.
So yeah, so it's Betrayal at House on the Hill, Scooby-Doo edition.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds fun.
I mean, this is good to know with Halloween coming up.
Coming up, absolutely.
This my go-to games for Halloween have always been Betrayal at House on the Hill and Last Night on Earth. So.
I would like to, if we can get it in for Halloween, I would like to run Chariot of the Gods for the Alien RPG, the first boxed adventure.
I think we can make that work. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got all the handouts and stuff I can do. If we do like what was that virtual tabletop you were talking about, Noah?
There is
Foundry
or
Roll20. Foundry.
Well, there's Roll20 and there's Foundry.
Foundry has the VTTs that I can actually purchase the actual Chariot of the Gods set, and it'll have all the maps on the characters.
You can on Roll20 as well.
Yeah. I think it's cheaper on Foundry though.
They've got a lot. I mean, Foundry's. I don't know. I both like Foundry, but it takes a little bit getting used to it. But yeah, everything's on your computer. It usually has cells, or at least it used to. I don't know about now. So yeah,
I was just thinking that I was thinking that would be a cool thing to run for Halloween, and it would be great to get all of you into it. And it's for 5 players.
It's a 5-player, yeah.
Yeah, it's 5 players. So we need 2 more players.
I think we could probably scare up 2 more players, whether they be spouses or someone. Yeah,
we can scare up 2 more. I did pick up in the last 2 weeks because Tabletop had them, and I've very much fallen in love with the RPG, and I want more. And collector of books that I am, I did pick up. Let's see if it'll show up. I did pick up the Fabula Ultima Techno Guide.
Let's talk about Fabula Ultima for just a second here.
Okay.
It is the first paperback book that I have ever seen that has a dust cover.
Yes.
Oh, I have a couple of books that are paperback books that have desk covers. Not all fairy tales have a happy ending, which is a book by Ken Williams. I have the paperback that has a desk cover, and I have one of my networking books for TCP/IP network stack and something else. That was a soft cover or a paperback that had a.
Well, not all of us have weird, strange tomes from the depths of Hades like you do.
Well, it's not the depths of Hades, but the dark recesses of the corner of Amazon. Yes, I mean, I do have a.
But yes,
I mean, for crying out loud, the esotericism in this is ridiculous because right up here, I have a book on a machine that no one remembers. Tales of the Coco, the color computer from Tandy from like 1983. And the sad thing is, this is a good book. It's a good read.
But
my Fabula Ultra does not have a cover either because it's just PDFs on a computer.
You know what? I'll take it.
But yes, all of their books, all of them do have dust jackets on the cover. This is the Techno Atlas, and then I also got the High Fantasy.
There's nothing in it.
The Techno Fantasy Atlas and the High Fantasy Atlas. I do want to pick up the third of the atlases, which is the Natural Fantasy. So
they're beautiful. They're
beautiful books. They are like review wise. I still have yet to play the game. I will throw that out there. Book review wise.
So there's the Real Pleasant Gaming Weekend in the beginning of December out in Lenexa. And I was able to get into a Fabula Ultima game at that, so I'm going to get a chance to play it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pretty happy about that.
It's pretty straightforward. Like just looking through it and everything, it looks pretty fun.
So the thing that I really, and I may have talked about this last time, the thing I really liked about the setting and the game setup itself is that your zero session is very cooperative in terms of world building.
That's been something that's happened over the last 8 years.
Yes.
All the games have come out with a very solid foundation of using a session zero, and session zero has really become a thing. That wasn't a thing, back in the day.
No.
But
no, everybody went off and made their characters by themselves and had to get approval from the game master on whether their character was acceptable for the game session and started off. And then it was, you all end up in a tavern together, or you're all wandering through a town and it gets attacked by goblins.
Yeah. I love the cooperative character creation, sort of session zero thing. I think it's great. And the version that's in that Fabula Ultima looks really, really cool.
Yeah,
and basically you like build a town that your characters all grew up together in.
You're building the entire. Well, it's not necessarily
the entire world.
You're building the entire world, and they give you what they call the 8 pillars. These 8 basically special things about Fabula Ultima as a game that need to be in every campaign of Fabula Ultima, and it's things like there's always magic and technology. And there can be magitech things, but there's always magic and technology as separate entities. There's always some sort of a life stream or soul river or things like that explains how the natural order is populated through spirits. The 8 pillars are ancient ruins and harsh lands.
I thought you were going to say harsh words there for a second.
The world is an ancient and dangerous place. Cities and villages are separated by vast plains, scorching deserts, frozen peaks, and impenetrable forests. That's the first pillar. The second is a world in peril. So it's there's a lot of stuff going on. Brigands and villains and monsters and hostile creatures. The third is clashing communities. The world may be in danger, but its inhabitants are still divided by ancient grudges. Everything has a soul is the fourth pillar. All matters that forms the world, including its creatures, the sky, the earth, the sun, and stars, are part of a vast flow of spiritual energy. Magic and technology, which is the fifth. In every Fabula Ultima world, science and magic represent 2 different ways of studying and manipulating reality. One concerns itself with the tangible nature of matter, the other with the souls that dwell within it. So that's that. Heroes of many shapes and sizes, Fabula Ultima's protagonists are full-fledged heroes, extraordinary individuals that possess unique abilities and whose actions will shape the fate of the world. So this is not, you are not playing, you can play merchants, but you are fate-defying merchants, right? Like you are important to the world.
Yeah.
It's all about the heroes. Sorry, let me get through the last. So it's all about the heroes. Any relevant event in a game of Fabula Ultima is tied to the heroes, either directly or indirectly. Mystery, discovery, and growth. This game is built upon discovery of ancient mysteries and forgotten powers, yes, but most of all of the heroes themselves, their feelings, and what they are willing to do in order to fight against darkness. So these 8 pillars are built into every thing, and then on page 145 it has, in 146 it has how to run your session 0, and it has commitment and expectations, like, hey, are we setting a campaign for a set number of sessions, or are we going an ongoing campaign? The tone and themes, the rules and challenges, the safety of players, mental health, safety. This is something that we're also seeing in a lot of RPGs these days, is talking about what is appropriate in an RPG and what is appropriate around a table.
It's sad that is something. It's sad that what is appropriate to talk about in an RPG needs to be something that people have to understand and go through. But it's better to. This is a motto that I think goes with so many things. Is it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Absolutely.
So fantastic. A lot of games have started introducing that. It's basically that mental health awareness or that trigger awareness.
Because of previous experiences I have had while running Call of Cthulhu games. Now, when I sit down to play a Call of Cthulhu game, I go over with the players and I go, okay, I want to know genuine fears. Genuine phobias. If you have a phobia or anything that literally really upsets you or causes discomfort, I need to know, because I want to make sure that it does not make it into the game. I don't need to have a player having a panic attack at the table like we've had at one of the camp cons in the past, because that's not a fun experience for them, and it's not a fun experience for the other players, and it's also pretty terrifying for the person running the game. So it's just, and that became learned. I mean, I still don't think there's any rules about looking into that for your players in the Call of Cthulhu rule set.
I'm not sure about that anymore, because they did come out with the newer edition.
Did they revise 7th edition again? Because I have the revised.
What is it? 7 point pi umlaut.
No, it's more like 7.9972536, something like that. But
I remember 5th edition. They did that. They kept putting out.
There was revised edition, and then there was it went 5th edition, then improved 5th edition, and then revised 5th edition, then improved revised 5th edition, and then they brought out 6th edition. And 6th edition was the version that we played a lot of. But holy moly, the one thing I am very, very happy for is the fact that they got rid of that horrible slide rule table for calculating whether you hit or not. Because I don't remember if you remember.
But everybody loves slide rulers, Nathan.
It had the diagram, and with the line down the middle, and you had the defense score versus the attack score, and then you had to calculate what you needed to roll to hit, and it was just like this horrible chart. I was like, no. Now it's, you roll your skill. You both succeed or you both fail. It doesn't matter. Whoever gets the better roll between the two rolls is the one that succeeds. So if they roll a 2 on their dodge and you roll a 35 on your shot, you miss.
Yeah.
Because
it's a roll low. It's a roll low game.
It's a roll low game. It's a percentile roll low game. And 0-9 does not mean 19.
No, it doesn't mean 100.
Yeah, 0 and 0 means 100, because that's the max you can roll on both dice. That's the fact that
For those of you who are not here, I was
your happy place.
I tortured Nathan with the cursed knowledge that there are some people who don't understand how detailed how
small amount
percentile dice work.
As I pointed out to you guys, they teach you. Yeah, they teach you how they work, and people are like, no, that's not how they work. That's what the rules say it works.
This is how it works. It doesn't work any other way.
And these people go, nah, fam, it works the way we say it works. Like, no.
Back in my day.
This is not one of those I reject your reality and substitute my own kind of situations.
No, back in my day, we carved our dice.
Out of
soap
bone.
box and bone.
Don't forget when we got lucky and we get a little bit of.
First, we had to go out and kill the woolly mammoth. Then we had to get it bones.
But occasionally, when the rock would fall from the sky, the burning rock, you could carve that. But the thing is, back when I first started, we didn't have percentile dice. We just
What's
had
that, Jeremy?
The burning rock even says how to do it properly.
Yeah, it carved at the top of the burning stone. It said, "Thou shalt be 0 is max, and plus 0 equals 100." It's carved in stone.
Confused. Like at the beginning, you've never really done it. I understand that, but as soon as it's explained to you, and you're like, "I have a tens dice, and I've got it's like, no, it's simple.
I understand their argument. Don't get me wrong. I am the kind of person it is dumb. I am the kind of person who can understand different perspectives, and you guys know that about me. I understand where they're coming from, but they're wrong.
Yeah, because the thing is, if 0 and the 0 is just 10, like was what the guy was arguing, right?
Well, the argument. Okay, so the argument is.
It's like, but there's also a 10. So, a 10 on the die plus a 0 would be a 20 then?
Yes.
No, that doesn't.
The argument is that on the D10, not the percentile, the D10, 1 to 10 is always 1 to 10. So a 001 is a 1, which we agree on, but a 0010 is a 10.
Which is stupid, because that means you can't roll a possible 100.
No, you can, because the way you, according to them, the way you roll 100 is 90
and
plus
a
10. The way you roll 80 is
ridiculous.
80, or the way you roll 90 is 80 plus 10.
Hand me that D100 you have. I need to bean some idiots in the head.
Wait,
it's a good chunker. I'll do some damage.
What do you say, Jeremy?
With some face Marvel superheroes.
Yeah, this is why the world is what, Jeremy?
Dying.
It's dying.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
We can't read percentile dice, but honestly, I understand if it's someone who's been playing for a long time, who hasn't played in a while, that comes back into it. Because when I first started playing, TMNT and D&D, and I know, don't hate me, Rifts, where's the blue track? And all those games, you didn't have percentile dice. You rolled 2 D10s, and you chose 2 different colors, one to signify the 10th spot, and the other one to signify your 1 slot. And so if you rolled double zeros, it was 100.
I learned from Marvel Superheroes role-playing game, Face Rep, so that can't be wrong.
I haven't played that. Do you still have that?
I have a complete collection of Face Rep Marvel.
Oh, we should play that on stream. I think that would be fun.
So announcing to the Gamers Haven podcast listeners, one of the things we have decided to do, and we're still working on getting the first one out there and
figuring out the logistics.
Figuring out logistics, yes. We are going to be doing what we're going to call mystery one-shots, where the GM is going to know what game they're playing, have everything planned out, have characters made for everybody, but the players walking in on any given session don't know what game they're playing. So it's going to be it's going to test how well does the system learn to a new player. It's going to test, how good are your role players at adapting to different situations. And it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be kind of interesting. And when these episodes premiere and when these episodes hit, let us know if you guys want to see larger campaigns made out of individual episodes and individual sessions, because
it gives us all a chance to try some of those games that have been sitting on our shelves for 20 years that we have never played.
I've got one. Well, I haven't had it for 20 years, but I've really wanted to get a chance to try it. But that Mutants in the Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mutants in the Now. I mean, there's tons. So we all have games on our shelf. We all have RPGs on our shelf that we have had for a while and that we have never played.
The Limitations of the Flame Princess, I think is what it's called.
I actually just got a a humble bundle that it's ended now, I think.
It is.
But it was a like best of the Ennies collection.
So like 20 different games in it.
Like 20 different books in it. But things like Pasión de las Pasiones, which is the
Spanish telenovela RPG.
Yes, the Spanish telenovela RPG.
We have to get the audio stingers, so when someone goes, "Oh, mi novio," we can hit the button.
It's in there. It's in there with the files.
Oh my God, really?
I'm pretty sure they're in there with the files.
Of course, there's got to be the angry impassioned argument between the lovers, with the one slapping, then the other one slapping, then the other one slapping, and then the passionate making out for no reason, because that happens every time I've seen those.
Yeah,
like, every time. And then of course there's Brindlewood Bay.
Yes. There's Brindlewood Bay. For those of you who don't know what
masterminds.
Hold on. So for those of you who don't know what Brindlewood Bay is, think Cthulhu meets Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, Cthulhu meets Murder, She Wrote meets Golden Girls.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Another one that I'd love to try play. I don't have it. I don't know if anybody else does, but I'd love to try that Mutant Year Zero. I had the computer game and the RPG rules.
So
I know they were simplified.
Some confusion for me on that one. Ethan, maybe you can answer this one. I thought, and maybe I'm wrong, that Mutant Year Zero was a precursor to the Mutant Chronicle.
It was, yes, but then they kind of eventually split off and they retconned that stuff.
Okay.
So when third edition came out, they kind of completely ignore Mutant Year Zero, went off, and Mutant Year Zero is its own thing, and they've done their own thing after that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but they were connected way early on.
Okay,
way early
gotcha.
On.
So
is there a new version of Mutant Chronicles as well?
No, Mutant Chronicles is out of print. Modiphius lost the license or didn't renew the license. Last I knew, there was a company that had it as working on an RPG for it, but I have not heard anything beyond that they were working on it, and that was years ago at this point.
There's a new version of Earth Dawn, I understand, as well.
No, I was wrong about that. I will admit I was wrong about that. The last version of Earth Dawn is still 4th edition.
Oh, okay. I'm very sad by that, because that book was not very good.
Now that being said, I may have a contact for us, and if you're out there, hello Jack Lafear, you are a wonderful person. Jack Lafear is a good friend of mine on Twitch who has run Earth Dawn for a very long time, loves Earth Dawn to pieces. I would be interested, and I'll tell you guys and the public, I'm interested in working with Jack Lafear to run a one-shot for us to see if he can maybe change our opinion with a good GM and someone who's very knowledgeable about the game.
I've never played Earth Dawn. I know of it, but I never played it. So.
The version that I played heavily back in the day was 2nd edition, and I loved 2nd edition. I really did. But I bought, maybe I don't have 4th edition. Maybe it's 3rd edition, the one I have. But the book was all in black and white, and it just had this horribly convoluted way of calculating hit tables to be able to do combat, and that was very disappointing.
I don't have it, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
In other things,
I still have the books. They're in the other room, but
other things that were in this humble bundle were the Blade Runner core RPG core book.
Yeah, Blade Runner, thumbs up.
Bluebeard's
it's so bad.
Bluebeard's Bride, Cults of Cthulhu from Chaosium.
That's an expansion book, though.
Yeah, so Death and Free. There were a bunch of expansion books in this. A bunch of Delta Green stuff. I don't know. Is Delta Green like SCP?
More like military meets Cthulhu in the modern times.
Yeah.
Delta Green is like a special weapons unit or a special tactical unit.
I've heard good things about it. It's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I have several pieces of artwork I did, like Mythos related stuff that I got, like the team that wrote a lot of the early books to sign the artwork in my art book. They thought I was trying to sell it to them. I'm like, what? No, I just want you to sign it, because I got Sandy Peterson's signature on one with Cthulhu and like the green the Delta Green team people, which was really nice.
But then there's also Epilion, a Dragon Epic, and a whole bunch of other great Sandy Peterson's Field Guide to Lovecraftian Horrors.
Yep, I have a physical copy of that book.
The One Ring Core Rules, The Strange, which is a setting that if you guys are not familiar with The Strange, I got sold on The Strange by another person I know on Twitch, 16-Bit Eric, who is an incredible GM, worked for Geek and Sundry as a production manager. Cool guy, really nice guy. And he was talking about The Strange on his stream one day, and it's kind of, if you guys remember like Sliders,
mm-hmm.
the old TV show Sliders, it's kind of like that, but like more dynamic and more interesting.
I remember Sliders. I remember when Sliders jumped the shark. Very much.
When they brought in his brother because the main character got killed off.
Yeah.
And then one character got taken off to be a breeder on some planet. It was bad.
And what's his name? There was when John Rhys Davies' character died.
Yes.
That's when I stopped.
Been a long
watching.
time, but that was obscure '90s sci-fi film,
right.
sci-fi TV show.
But yeah, so
speaking of stuff like that, like anything like the Hammer horror type games, like there was Chill back in the day, but I know there's some new ones that really push the horror for the Hammer horror, vampires, werewolves, stuff like that at a modern time. I'd love to play some of those because I'd like to see how those go. I can't think of the name of the system right off the top of my head.
But Chill is still a thing. I saw I saw books for, I believe it was Chill, a few days ago over at Tabletop.
Oh my God, there's a 3rd edition.
I think, I seem to remember them kickstarting a new edition to that not too long ago.
Oh wow! I want that.
But things random things that I have to run, just looking at my shelf, I've got. There's always Star Trek, which is good for a one shot at least. Fallout, Deadlands, which we've done those.
What about that Stargate game?
There's I have the Stargate SG-1, which is 5e based. And I have Elite Dangerous, the role-playing game.
Oh, yes, please. I have Blade Runner, Alien RPG. I have Hellboy. I have it's like Lament of the Flame Princess, which was a box set that we reviewed.
Lamentation of the Flame Princess, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a D&D spinoff, yeah.
Yeah, I've always wanted to play it. I don't want to run it because I read the GM rules and I'm like, this is a game that Jeremy would be really good at because it's very crunchy rule set, very reminiscent of like second ed D&D. But I always like playing in second ed D&D. I just didn't like running it. So like that, and it looks really cool. I've got another box set or something, and then of course Mutants in the Now, which you got me for my birthday the year before last, which I have not had a chance to play. I've tried to do the character sheet, and there's just like I kind of got a little bit lost, so I need to go back over it. But
for those who don't know what Mutants in the Now is, Nathan, what is Mutants in the Now?
Okay, Mutants in the Now is I was just looking it up. It is a new game, newest game by Julian Kay. It's basically what it is it's a role-playing game that takes place in the modern times that is based on the idea of like mutants being a thing, mutant animals. So, for lack of a better way of describing it, anthropomorphic animals. Think like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is basically what it's based off of. Way back in the 80s, the dark times. Palladium Games, a company that hey,
they're still around.
I know. A second time. They made a game
and oddly enough, I believe they kickstarted and they have put out a new TMNT and Other Strangeness, or at least reprinted that book.
They did a reprint of it.
So I may have to get that. Break out the sage. We need to. Yeah. But anyway,
if anyone wants to know pretty much about Palladium, go look at the whole debacle behind the Robotech Tactics.
Yep. I helped someone clean a bunch of those models because they were supposed to paint them for a display piece, and it never happened. Like we got all the stuff done and they got them all painted and stuff, and then they did the photo shoot and stuff, and then the ether. But anyway, back in the 80s, Palladium took a chance on this underground comic called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, made by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. That's pretty well known by most people nowadays. I mean, the Turtles are still around, and their last movie, Mutant Mayhem, was actually really impressive. I liked the art style. It was very much like a sketchbook. But they took a chance, and they created a role-playing game based on that premise of mutant animals, basically creatures that are mutated by various different things, primordial ooze, whatever. And what they did was they took on the characteristics of humans because that was what they were surrounded by. So it's the the mixed mutation. And so you had the idea of running around in New York as like, say, a mutated Wolverine, ripping people apart, being that vigilante do-gooder sort of thing. Well, that system went away in the 90s. They lost the license for it. I don't know. Palladium disappeared for a while. I don't remember when, but
they had some pretty serious financial issues.
Yeah.
Come up. Like, I believe somebody embezzled like $1.2 million from the company or something like that. And then it was. I might be thinking of something else, but and I'd have to look specifically. But I believe that is what happened. Is someone stole a lot of money from Palladium.
I've never known how to pronounce his name, but the original TMNT and Other Strangeness book was written by Eric Wuchik, and unfortunately he has passed away.
He passed away,
which is really sad. And he wrote the main book, but it was based on the Palladium system, which was created by
Kevin
Symbieta. But it was an interesting system, and it went away because that all disappeared. And for a long time, there wasn't really anything particularly specifically like how the TMNT game was. And so the Mutants in the Now is trying to get back to that, but what they've done is they've simplified all of it.
I'm wrong. It's Mutants in the Next.
No, Mutants in the Next is the one that takes place in the future. Mutants in the Now modern time. Okay. Mutants in the Next is a sci-fi one, which is a play off of the other part they did for the old TMNT game, which was called After the Bomb.
Yep. After the Bomb and
Transdimensional. They had an
rules. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
they had a post-apocalyptic. Because I remember that because the first book was all about Australia. It was literally ripped off Mad Max, but with mutants. It was great. It was a good book. Before Palladium went nuts. But the Palladium system, for those of you who don't know, is just a mess. You've got your D20s and you roll your stats like you do for D&D. Your 20-sided die to hit, and then you have all these skills, and all the skills are percentile based, and they vary based on how you the percentages based on what skill packages you take, which it was a mess. So what they did with Mutants in the Now is they tried to simplify that. You also had this horrible system of how you made your mutant. You got a certain number of points based on your animal, and you had to make it bigger or smaller based on what its size was, and then you had to spend points to make them more human or less. It was extremely complex. When I was a kid, I loved it. It's tons of math. Loved it when I was a kid.
As a kid, I would make characters like I'd have like binders full of just characters from various games, systems, because I just made them.
So I look at it now and I just go, "Oh, this is awful."
So
it's like that seems like a lot of work.
Yeah. So 2 hours to make a character that dies in 5 minutes. That was literally the way Palladium games worked.
Looks like in about 2023 is when the Kickstarter for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and Other Strangeness Redux Edition by Palladium was kickstarted. It raised $1.2 million. With 8,000 backers. They basically turned the black and white books into full color books.
Okay.
The Redux edition is the classic. All the books are now in full color. So and they're hard covers, not soft covers. I sent you guys a link in the chat if you want to get the Kickstarter. It's a 256-page color reissue. It has the 1985 TMNT and Other Strangers core book, the Turtles Go Hollywood adventure book, and the Truck and Turtles Go adventure book, with extra original 8 pages of original comics by Eastman and Laird, and 35 original illustrations by Eastman and Laird, and new rules for creating 5 more mutant animals. Includes the classic rules clarified and updated to provide ease of play. So maybe
it's still not out though.
I'm getting there. And then there's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Transdimensional Adventures Redux Edition, which is the Transdimensional TMNT source book, TMNT Guide to the Universe, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures. books all combined into one. It was due out September of 2024. Apparently, with manufacturing, there were issues. I was just looking at. There was an update on this Kickstarter. There's a lot of unfortunate skepticism from the backers.
They burned a lot of bridges, and they burned a lot of favor that people had for them when they basically screwed people over with Robotech Tactics back years ago.
Yeah. Right.
They really screwed the pooch on that one.
So
I'm not going to do a pre-order. I just here's a hint from being a longtime fan of computer games: never pre-order anything.
Yeah.
Ever.
These days especially don't.
Yeah. So I will wait until it actually hits my local game store, and then I may pick up a copy if I can get the black, white, red version. I don't want the color one. I want the one that's in black and white, like the old comics with the red for the bandanas. So that's what I would like.
They did have a few copies of the books on display at Gen Con. I did not realize they were there, otherwise I would have sought them out and taken a look.
Didn't you also see the Cthulhu by Torchlight as well at the con? Isn't there a physical copy of that there?
I thought that was, but I don't think I was right about that. So Ethan, we and Jeremy is as well. We were talking about Cthulhu by Torchlight on the last episode. Come to find out, I'm like looking for this book, trying to see if I can get a copy of it for whenever.
Yeah, of course.
Come to find out, it is a D&D Beyond exclusive.
Oh, wow.
Which means they'll never get my money.
I mean, D&D Beyond exclusive.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've heard of a D&D Beyond exclusive. I'm not saying there aren't other ones, but that's wow.
Yeah,
so it's just not worth it, man. It's not.
I was very, very, very shocked that they did that.
I'm pretty sure that was not a Chaosium decision.
I don't. Well, I mean, it would have had to have been at least partly a Chaosium decision, right? Like,
my guess is they were told, you will do this, otherwise we'll pull the license for D&D, or it was, you will do this and we'll give you boatloads of money because we're trying to funnel more people into D&D Beyond, because we want to cut out all of the of the independent gaming stores. See, Wizards of the Coast wants to do, or Hasbro wants to do the same thing that Games Workshop does. They've talked about it multiple times in their quarterly things. They want to do their own chain of stores. This is where you go to get your
had them. They had them in the early 2000s, and they failed.
Well, Hasbro doesn't want anybody else to profit off the thing of their products. They want to make all the money.
But they could have made this game under one of the licenses without doing D&D 5.5. They wouldn't have needed to go and do anything with Hasbro. They could have told them to F off.
Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast.
I know that, but you don't have to.
They could have done a Call of Cthulhu by Torchlight based on specifically the basic role-playing rules, which is what Cthulhu is based on.
Exactly. Any of those rules.
Yeah.
Any of those licenses.
It is a bummer because when I do role-playing game books, unless I absolutely have no choice, I always get a physical copy. And it's not that digital copies are bad. No, digital copies work great for tons of people. My problem is without like a Kindle, that has like the electronic ink. Yeah. Whenever I read like PDFs or anything on an LCD screen, I get a horrible headache. It's all me. But I also like having that physical book because that brings back the nostalgia of being a kid growing up and getting like the red box for D&D and having the books to flip through and read and holding them in my hands. And so there's a very big nostalgia aspect of that for me too. I mean, that's why I'm surrounded by boxes of computer games that range from like 1982 all the way up to 2005. 586 and counting.
Can we talk about Hasbro and D&D?
You want to talk about Hasbro? Go for it.
I mean, these past years, we know, everyone knows the things that has happened
Yeah.
with multiple. I don't even know what the newest licensing issues are at this point.
Well, they've
Well,
backpedaled. They've backpedaled
hard on the license issue.
Well, especially with the
The
first
thing
one,
that they've doubled down on, though, is the AI
Everybody-
for art and
Yeah.
generation of the book.
everybody got together and told them to F off. And when that first one happened, and the things came out, and now okay, and I want to be very clear here. Companies are allowed to make money.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
They have to, because if they can't, then you're not going to have products.
Yeah.
But what they want to do is not just making money. It's so much control, and they may not be purposefully sitting in their offices saying, I want to destroy these little guys, but they may as well be. I mean,
the problem is this: when Wizards of the Coast initially bought TSR, they weren't owned by Hasbro, and they were not a publicly traded company yet. Wizards of the Coast wasn't, and so when they purchased the D&D rights from TSR, they could focus on making a game for the sake of making a game. They weren't beholden to anybody. The problem is when a company goes public, they are no longer beholden to the employees or the fans. They are beholden to the shareholders. Their only goal is to make as much money as possible every quarter for the shareholders. Everybody else becomes secondary. Every other priority becomes secondary.
That gets into other stuff where sometimes the shareholder, I mean, I've got stock. I mean, I can be a shareholder, but you know what?
You could go raise a stink if you wanted to.
I want to interject here. This is something that actually we can. A few things that we've touched on. Well, a few things we've touched on here. I'm in the process of setting up some interviews with some people in the industry, including one, Mike Mason, who's the line developer and basically the guy who runs Call of Cthulhu at Chaosium. It's Peter Atkinson, who is the guy who started Wizards of the Coast. He bought bought Dungeons and Dragons, helped create third edition. All that stuff is one of the owners of Gen Con now. He's gonna be on the show. I've touched base with Ben Riggs, who is the author of Slaying the Dragon, the unofficial history of Dungeons and Dragons, which is a great book. And this is all stuff that they know all sorts of things about. I mean, that's straight from the horse's mouth.
I would love to hear from the horse's mouth what happened.
Yes, I didn't know this, but TSR tried to do this crap back when the internet first started on their freaking, I don't know what they called it.
More than that, I mean, TSR tried to corner the market in a way that they tried to block companies from making certain types of products that went against their products. One, two, and they also did that horrible thing where they flooded the market with all those source books, and it ended up killing them.
That isn't it, and you need to read the Slaying the Dragon book because it goes over all this stuff. I mean, they put out a CD-ROM version of their rule set and stuff like that, and the reason that TSR kept putting out those source books, they kept putting out settings, is because they sold well, and so but they eventually sort of sold themselves into a corner because they fractured their fan base too much. So you say, okay, well, these people like Forgotten Realms, so say now we put up Dragonlance. Okay, so now we have a whole contingent of Dragonlance fans. Now I'm going to put out Dark Sun. Okay, not as many people buy that as bought Dragonlance. So we're going to do Birthright. Now we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and that's
and so you get all the way to like Al-Qadim.
And they were, and they had a complex. They had kind of an interesting deal with. I want to say it was Random House. Random House would essentially pay them money to hold on to their product, like they prepay for stuff. And then Random House basically went under, and that went away, and that was a huge revenue stream. So they essentially were using Random House as like a bank. borrow
They're
money.
using it to prop up their entire
Right.
house of cards, and when that card fell, the whole thing fell apart. What were you saying?
And they
Jeremy?
couldn't pay their bills, and then they had millions of copies of Dragon Strike that they couldn't get rid of.
At least
Dragon Strike was a good computer game.
Though, like the box sets back in the day, those
Yes.
boxes were worth the money. They were good
The
quality.
setting boxes were
Let's-
super cool.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about that for a second. I was at
But now,
I was at tabletop the other day looking at books. Core book, $70 for an RPG core book. And I'm not talking D&D. That wasn't even D&D. That was, I think, the Pathfinder core.
well,
Yeah.
but there's a little bit of a difference here, though. Remember the size differences between these two
Wow.
companies.
I
And
mean,
also, I can say that's fine with Pathfinder because the quality of the books, and even if I don't want the book, it's free. All the rules are free for every Pathfinder thing. Adventure stuff. There's a few unique things, but very few. And so, if you don't want to buy any Pathfinder book, you can run everything. Now, yes, you can say, well, okay, there's D&D rules out there. Okay, yes, there is, and you could roll in D&D forever like that. But when I look at that book and I buy that book, the quality of that book and the material in it is it's great. Versus when I open up a box set that should have been, because I love Spelljammer, and I open up the newest Spelljammer box set, and I don't know if it was his birthday or Christmas, it was years ago, but I just opened it up and I said,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I never-
Are you talking about the 3-book?
Yeah.
The 3-book set for Spelljammer.
Yeah. I bought the collector's edition with the special covers because I thought they looked so cool, and then I read through the books and I just was not happy. The paper was off.
It's not just inflation.
No,
it's
not.
greed.
No.
Just greed.
Yeah.
And inflation on top of it. And other
And
things.
Spelljammer's never been high on my list, but
I always like the idea of it.
just the fact that their kind of dismissal of
Well, yeah.
ship combat in it
Yeah.
was kind of enough for me of going like, why did they like, oh yeah, you could do that, but just get into melee combat and ignore the rest.
Yeah.
I had to go to Drive-Through RPG to find ship combat rules to use on that. That's ridiculous, especially for
that
the
really
set.
just.
I mean, also I stopped buying because, well, Hasbro, decided to go and do all their crap. But I still remember looking at these source books and going, well, this is not worth it. This is not worth it. And the last one was actually, no, I apologize. The last one was the Dragonlance.
Mm-hmm.
And I about threw that through a wall because comparably, it made me so
I
sad.
love Dragonlance, and I've got the 5e book for that. I love it. It's great, But Dragonlance is a soft spot in my heart. So
yeah.
But I think it was actually Starfinder. I was looking at the new Starfinder player core book. It was $70.
It's also like 600 pages.
It's hefty. Don't get me wrong. It is.
It's huge.
Not to mention Starfinder also, which is so weird, they updated it so that Starfinder and Pathfinder 2s they
Are compatible.
They
Yeah.
are so completely compatible, which is just great to me.
That's cool. I haven't done that. No, the last thing I bought from Wizards of the Coast, the last D&D stuff I bought was the Spelljammer box set. I haven't bought anything from them since. Because
the 2024 rules update books. That's it.
I will say I haven't gotten them yet. From what I've read of Ethan's books, I do like the 2024 update.
It's a good update.
It's
No money. Not giving up any money ever again.
I've heard good things. I have. I can't support the company.
The way that you bypass that, guys, is you buy used copies of the books.
That's right.
True.
I haven't seen any used copies of the books.
Some of these, I don't know. Maybe the new rules are fine, and it's fine. But
Yeah, they're
I've
fine.
gotten so over on Pathfinder that for that, I almost don't care about going back. I mean, I'll play 5
And-
if
and that's
Right.
fine. As I've said numerous times, is we're living in a time, we're living in an age where you can play whatever version of D&D that you want to play.
Yep.
Yeah, they're
All available. You can get whatever version you want.
old school D&D, astonishing swordsmen and sorcerers of Hyperborea.
Hyperborea, yeah.
Not even that. You can go on Drive Through RPG right now.
You can actually buy
and
the
you can
original
buy
Encyclopedia.
original D&D. You can buy Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. You can buy what 3rd edition, 3.5. You can play whatever edition of D&D that you want to play.
You can.
Yeah, you can play all of them.
Which is
Legally.
is just tickles me in such a. It's such a nice. It's a great era to be a gamer in general. It's such a good era to be a gamer, right?
I would disagree with you on some points. The loss of physical media across the board is a very painful point. We're losing our books now too, like role-playing games. Everything's going digital,
but just a sec. One, we're not so much. We still can get hard copies of our stuff. But we also have to look at it from a point of view of new consumers, of new 15, 20-year-olds. They read on their phones all the time. They read on their e-readers. So they didn't come into this game with I need to bring my big stack of books, and my backpack that weighs 340 pounds.
Yeah.
And enough stuff in there so the X-ray scanner at the airport can't read through it, so they make you open it.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like an experience you've had that you're just relaying. My problem is this:
print on demand, though. There is print on demand, and some of it.
Yeah. Well, and that was going to be my point. Is
Honestly,
there's also
the print on demand at Drive-Thru is really good. I've gotten some of their print on demand stuff, and it's top notch.
That I will look into. The problem with this is. Go ahead, Jeremy.
No, I was just going to say that I was agreeing with Ethan. The print on demand stuff through them, even the price is not that bad, and actually,
not at all. Yeah,
I think they bundle. I bought 2 books print on demand, and I think the shipping was like $5.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it takes them 2 weeks to get it to you, but who?
Well, they got to print it.
They got to print it and all that. It's fine. I bought the 20th anniversary versions, hardcover, not the premium version, but the regular color versions. Mage the Ascension, and Werewolf, and
nice.
They print on demand through that. You get a thick book that's enormous.
Nice,
but it was not as expensive as you might think. I want to say I only paid like $50-$60 for it. So,
and you don't find very many like sometimes on print on demand where you can't push the book apart or the words are going into the binding. I haven't found a lot of that, which is nice.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that means they're actually good at doing their printing because there are a lot of services that do print on demand, and based on the machinery they have, I don't know if anybody knows this, but when I was in high school, I actually worked in the printing department for the school. And so I got to work with a lot of those machines they did to make the binding for the specific books for the school and stuff. And it was fascinating to see how those things worked. But my major concern, and it's a major concern across the video gaming industry, console games, computer games, and stuff like that, is the loss of physical products. And it's not that the kids growing up now aren't used to it. That's fine. I understand that. The problem is at what point do you actually own anything anymore?
Yeah.
Because we saw all last year multiple times, Sony's just like, oh, well, we didn't want to keep paying the license for the stuff to be on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
So we're just going to remove it. And you're like, but I bought it. And they go, too damn bad. It's gone. You don't get to have access to it anymore. And that's scary.
Drive-thru RPG is I think more safe because you're getting those you're getting a PDF copy of it and whatnot. The ones that concern me are the ones like D&D Beyond. If I buy a bunch of books on there and then suddenly they're just like, well, we're shutting down D&D Beyond, I'm like, well, what happens to the $300-$400 worth of books that I bought here?
Yeah.
It's like, it goes. I can't take them with me.
No.
If you can't download them on the side,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're just gone, and that part does scare me. I will admit I do still become.
It's becoming more of a concern than it was, mostly in the game, like the video gaming industry. People are starting to realize now that, hey, something we paid $80 for could just disappear like that. A company goes out of business and it's gone. You can't access it. Or in the case of Ubisoft, you just went, we don't want to continue paying the licensing fees for the crew because we're not making millions of dollars every month off of microtransactions for it. So we're shutting down all the servers. But even though it's a single player game, you have to be online to play it. You won't be able to do it. That game is just, you can't even play it anymore. You can't load it. You can't even install it. But those people that paid $70 for the game, thank you for paying $70 for the game. Now get out of here. We don't care about you anymore. Is literally the way that it's. I mean, there was a movement that came from it, a whole movement to try to get laws passed in the European Union, because here in the United States, we're living in the darkest timeline and there's nothing we can do. But called Stop Killing Games, they literally did a movement to get laws passed to try to do something just to preserve it. Not even, make it 100% playable, just put it in a state that's at least semi-playable so people could continue to use what they purchased. And that was too much of an ask. The video gaming industry literally did attack articles and attack pieces against the movement, like trying to claim like violation of laws and everything else, trying to get the movement killed by lying about it. And that's on top of spokespeople for various different parts of the internet and stuff saying things that didn't line up with what the movement was about and stuff like that. But we're not here for that. But no, it's becoming a concern. It's been a concern in the video game industry for a while, but we're starting to see more and more that you can only get digital copies of books for your role-playing games. Now, if they're all available on Drive-Thru-RPG, you're correct. It's great. It is an unencrypted PDF that they give you when you buy it.
Unencrypted.
Yeah, it's watermark doesn't matter. It's unencrypted.
Now, WotC still has to, on the D&D ones, now true D&D ones, they still have to go and agree, obviously, which ones they're releasing. And they have been, I can't say they've been picky, but there have been some.
They've been selective.
Selective is the word, yes.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
But for other stuff, same with Pathfinder, as well as just anyone who throws together games. I mean,
on Drive-Thru Print on Demand, I bought the Dark Sun Revised box set on Drive-Thru RPG, and it comes in a hardcover book. It's just all the books. It's all the books and the maps and stuff printed in a hardcover book, and it's great. I love it.
You got two of them, and I got one of them. You gave me one of them because you knew. You're like, he likes Dark Sun.
Yeah. But going past the whole idea of having the digital PDF versions of the books, you have all the other like virtual tabletops, and you have a lot of them even beyond D&D Beyond that are starting to do like the packs where you purchase like the rule set or the adventure pack, and you pay a sizable sum for them. I think I was looking at Roll20, so don't quote me on this, but I was looking at the Charity of the Gods set for Roll20 because I really wanted to do it. And at that point, we hadn't talked about what kind of virtual tabletop we were going to use, and it was like $22, which not that much. The actual box set for the physical books is only $40. So
I will say that I fell down a rabbit hole after playing Rumble Slam with Noah on Tabletop Simulator, and they have those 3 modules on Tabletop Simulator on their workshop. You can. I mean, it's the virtual table. It's just it's a.
But say you're
that's
using
an option and it's free. So,
say you're using a VTT like Roll20 or the other one, Foundry. What happens to all of those modules that you bought if they go out of business? Because you can't export those. Yeah.
I mean,
that's a concern, and that's a lot of money that just vanishes.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I will say that like getting now with Roll20 with I don't know about Foundry, but with Roll20, you are getting a digital copy of the rules. You are also getting pre-programmed
maps and everything else. That's what I was looking at. What I thought was interesting. Player tokens, in-game
which is not. It's very nice. It cuts out a lot of work that you have to do.
But the rule set that they give you with that, is that like a PDF that you own, that you can download, that you keep personally, or is it built into their their online engine where you can only access it within their web frame and their app? I don't know because I don't own.
I believe
so I've never tried anything with it.
I believe it. Let me see. I'm looking at at this right now.
Well, understood, Roll20 owns Drive-Thru RPG, so
yes. I would like to do one of those platforms just to make it to where it's easier for us to do gaming. I just don't know which one we're going to use.
It says can only be used with Roll20, cannot be downloaded.
Cannot be downloaded.
As a disclaimer on a lot of stuff.
All right, that makes sense. But yeah, that's a lot of money to just go poof. Now, since it's owned by Drive-Thru RPG, the odds of that happening anytime soon.
Other way around, but yes.
Oh,
Roll20 is the one who bought out Drive-Thru.
The odds of that happening anytime soon seems to be less of a concern than it could be.
Could be, yes.
But yeah, it's still a worrying thing. I mean, I don't know about you guys. For those of you who don't know, I freelance IT now. I have a chronic health condition. I got bit by a tick and got Lyme disease. That happened between the last time that we podcasted and now. And so money is not exactly something that's just growing on trees for me. So every penny I spend on stuff, I have to make sure it counts. And buying something that might have a possibility of disappearing in the future for some arbitrary or capricious reason, it just becomes a deal breaker for me. And there's tons of computer games that I would love to play that I've never bought because this is a single player game, but you have to always be online to play it. Well, what happens if the online service shuts down? Oh, you lose access to the game. Well, I'm not buying that. I can't do that. If I spend $60 on a game and 3 months from now the company goes out of business and I'm just sitting with a product I can't do anything with, I've got to wait for the modding community to figure something out, or for the company as they're going out of business to release something so that we can play, which does happen sometimes. I'm not going to lie and say it doesn't happen, but it's not a guarantee. And it's like, if I spend $50 on a game and it goes to waste, I mean, that's waste. I don't have that to waste. I have to be frugal. And Kansas doesn't recognize, for those of you who don't know, I live in Kansas. I'm in Kansas. Kansas does not recognize Lyme disease, chronic Lyme disease, as a disability. So I don't qualify for disability. I can tell you the exact line I was told when I went in. And because it resonates with it, it sticks in my head to this day. I went in and I talked with them, had all the medical paperwork and everything handed over to them. The guy looked me straight in the eyes and said, "You're not disabled. You've got both arms and legs. You can go work construction." The number one cause of death from chronic Lyme disease is heart failure because it affects your heart. So, yeah. So, I don't have a lot of money coming in. I also don't freelance for large corporations. I work for very small businesses who can't afford IT help because they need help too. So I don't have a lot of money. So I have to make everything has to count. So, but yeah, I digress.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think that a lot of the online resources are going away soon
I hope not. But the thing is anything can change at any point, at any time, and it can happen so rapidly that you don't even recognize that something's changed. Because it can just happen so fast nowadays. Things move so rapidly.
I mean, sunspot. Who knows what these things are backed up on? If they're not protected, it could take so many books, so much to just disappear in a second. I'm not trying to be conspiracy and all that kind of stuff, but we know that can happen. So
things like that have happened before.
Yeah, it did. Luckily, we weren't as high tech as we were.
No.
Telegraph offices catching on fire.
Not just the telegraph offices, but the lines themselves burst into flames.
And it's cut the telegraph wire again.
Sir, the telegraph machine. What about it? It's on fire, sir. Well, that's unusual.
I do try to be careful about any PDFs that I buy, and I try to get the ones that I can download separately, and I can read them however I want. But at the same time, if I can afford the book, I would like to have the physical book.
If it comes down to it's like if it's a company selling $30 for the PDF or $30 for the book, I'm gonna get the book.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. But the thing is again, we're going back to the point where you're not going to get a book for that much usually anymore.
Well, right. But with Pathfinder, they have miniature ones. So instead of the hardcover, they have paperback covers of basically all their rule books except for their, world stuff. You can
makes
wait.
sense.
And those
and-
be $20-$30.
Yeah,
Are
and,
they
well,
really
and
that cheap?
Wizards is one of those companies. Even on D&D Beyond, you're not getting a discount on that book buying it to
No,
D&D Beyond.
not.
Oh no.
So I
it's
never.
price.
I'm like, yeah, if I buy the book on D&D Beyond, I get to use it in the creator and stuff like that. But I like to have the pulp in my hands.
$75 to add 3 more character classes and 2 more races to the online character
Right?
build engine.
It's like, oh hey, and it drives me nuts.
A company. Sorry. Just on
I
a
was
si-
just gonna
on a
ask Jeremy a
side.
question real quick.
Go ahead.
Jeremy, you said that they sell paperback, reduced size versions of the Pathfinder stuff for cheaper.
Yeah, Pathfinder 2.
Really?
Yeah. So like all of my, you just call them splat books, but like any of
Flat
those
books.
splat books, they're
Flat
just
books.
flat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So like Guns and Gears is one.
Mhm.
I think I got it for I don't know, $30 on Amazon or something. And they have
Okay.
the hardcover, and then they have the smaller paperback.
Is it like the old like the Savage Worlds books where they had like the Explorers edition and then the
Basically.
Kind
other
of.
edition?
Yeah, basically. I mean, I don't remember how they label them, but basically they're just the
Pocket
paperback
edition
version.
is what they call them. Jeremy.
Oh, there you go. Pocket editions.
I'll have to
Yeah.
see the next time I go to the next time I go to Tabletop. I'll have to see if they have one because the only thing that's been holding me back from getting like the second edition Pathfinder rules is the big book is it's expensive. You know, and
so
if I'm ever going to play,
the player see I'm
The Pocket Edition players book is $25.
that's significantly less than like the 60 or 70 the main rule book is.
Yeah. Now the main row book is beautiful. They're all beautiful.
Yeah, I'm not gonna deny that.
Yeah.
Their books are gorgeous.
player core is actually 30. Excuse me.
Yeah, but still, that's way.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't
It's
afford
half the
the
price.
hardcover.
It's half the price.
And again, for most of the non-core ones or their world books, I've never found them in pocket edition. Like, I just haven't. And I mean, a lot of that's art and different things. I'm willing to spend a little bit more for that.
Of course.
If I really want to. But again, the rules are free online. They're legally. This is through them. They allow this.
This is not sailing the 7 seas to get this. You can actually get this by actually going to their website and getting them.
Legal. Actually, it was a site that was, God, some guy started it back in Pathfinder 1 or something. And then at some point, Paizo reached out to him and it became the official site. I think it's Nexus something. And it has everything. Like you can search through it and it's very helpful. And especially for people that can't really pay anything. Obviously, they want you to buy their books, but they have a really good.
The Archives of Nethes.
There you go. Yes, everything's on there. Now, I will say sometimes.
Wow. Sorry.
Yeah, sometimes searching for things, it can be a little bit different because depending on where you're looking. So you might look at monsters and be in the little blurb about monsters when you're trying to look for monsters. So it can get a little overwhelming, but once you do it, it's fine. And then there's some really good actual character creation tools out there that do the same thing. And like we keep our characters on one of those, a path builder. We just leave them on there because that way the characters all basically lined out. So if you make a mistake and you're like, I hate this feat, it's very easy to change. You just go back and change it. It updates everything, gives you the new updates and stuff. So they've really made it nice. And I don't feel like D&D Beyond where they're like watching me and they're going to take anything I create or whatever bullshit. So
my only thing with Paizo is if you want digital copies of their stuff, you can't go through DriveThruRPG, which just drives me nuts. It shouldn't. It does.
Is there a specific reason for why that is?
I don't know. I don't know. Probably.
Well, Paizo is a fairly big company.
Right?
What's
because
that?
there is You're talking about their main books, right? Because
All their books.
there's tons. Well,
I mean, the
I
Paizo. Okay, so Paizo's books not licensed stuff for Pathfinder.
Okay, yes, because you can. There's a whole site that is Pathfinder drive-through RPG.
For the rule, like there's stuff for the Pathfinder rule system. Don't get me wrong. Specifically, what I'm referring to is if I want the Pathfinder core book, that Humble Bundle I got had the second edition of Pathfinder book.
You don't need it. That's the thing, though. You can go to the Nethys site, and you don't need it, and you can pull that information from there.
You can pull the information, but like if I want to read, like I don't know the rules for Pathfinder second edition yet, right? I haven't read them. I'm not even less so than a PDF. I'm not going to sift through like a wiki site, whatever it is, whether it's a wiki site or not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
I would agree with Noah on that. It's it's nice to have it there as a reference, but I'm not going to sit and read a tome the size of the Pathfinder second edition stuff on a wiki online.
Right,
I need to get that book.
I mean, I will absolutely read a PDF of it. That's part of the reason I bought a tablet. I have an Apple iPad that I got a refurbished one that I got specifically for doing tabletop gaming stuff with. That's why I bought that.
Did you actually go to the Paizo site?
Right.
And
no.
Look to see if the prices are for the PDF.
Right. So
you can get those.
No, you can. In my thing, I'm just weird and I like single sources of things. I know I probably shouldn't, but I do like Paizo. I don't think has it's with
the Paizo site.
Right, but Drive Through RPG has an app now, and I can just download the books through the app and then load them directly into Adobe Acrobat to read them on my tablet. I can't do that I have to go through a couple more hoops to get it because when I go through the Paizo site to get it, and I could be wrong. I very well could be wrong. But
I've got plenty of PDFs from the Paizo site. It's just a PDF. Just a standard PDF. Now,
but the downloads come in as zips. That's the thing. So then you have to unzip them and get them onto.
Maybe sometimes I don't know. But I will say that the Paizo site needs to be updated, and I do have trouble going through it because that part is shitty. However,
yeah, their site does look like it's cutting edge, 2008 technology in some places.
So they need to spend money there. But you're right; it's not on Drive Through RPG. There is a single source for that.
Yeah, no, I understand, and I'm not I'm being cranky, and I acknowledge I'm being cranky, but I like having.
I'll tell you about the app at some point.
What's that?
I have to tell you about the app at some point. It can be cursed.
It can be
Maybe
cursed.
That's my curse, but it can be cursed, and sometimes
the Drive Through RPG app can be cursed.
Oh,
sure.
I'm sure everything could be cursed.
Everything can be cursed at some point. No, but I've been.
Okay, it was cursed for me. Let me put it that way.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Hey, at least you're not killing technology like you used to, like when you touched the microwave and it exploded and never worked again.
I've gotten better with that. For whatever reason, it does not do that anymore as
Thank
much.
Heavens. I can't tell you the number of times I had to fix Jeremy's computer, and he's like, I just touched it and it stopped working.
Nathan and Becca stopped over here on my birthday, and I do remember we were talking about that, and your wife rolled her eyes and said, "Thank goodness."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
It's okay. There wasn't anything you could control. It's just I'm thankful because I know how frustrating it was for you because you'd come over and be like, I tried to plug in my video card. There's a little spark. Now I can't get my computer to turn on. It turned out you like blew out the video card, and we had to replace the video card. It was always something expensive. It was never something cheap.
Just because of Jeremy has just such an electric personality. You know?
Yeah, man.
Yes, indeed.
It's shocking.
Printers, though, are still my bane of existence because
Printers are literally directly the spawn of hell.
No, that's not you, Jeremy. That's
just
IT.
That's just whoever made the deal with the devil to invent printers. That's that problem. That Crossroads demon got everybody there. Well, we should go ahead and probably wrap it up a little bit here.
Yeah.
We're edging into the hour and a half territory. We will meet again here in
2 weeks.
2 weeks and have and continue our massive discussion. I'm sure between now and then we've got some stuff coming in that we can talk about, definitely, or some news may have broken or anything like that.
There's always new news coming out, so it's just a matter of time.
Yep.
But thank you everybody for listening, and please let us know again where you're listening. Remember to hate to have to say this, but if you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, follow the channel, and we will be seeing more of us, guys.
Yep. We are now on Spotify. We're on Amazon. We're on
YouTube. Don't forget YouTube.
iTunes, YouTube.
And with any luck, if everything goes well, we'll be on Twitch as well.
Twitch, yeah. So getting on there. If we're not on a platform that you listen to stuff on or get stuff on of like Pandora or other places, let me know. I'll see what hoops we need to jump to get on them. So many different platforms now.
Yes. You can follow us at blah 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 Twitter. X, Blue Sky.
Oh, and
Facebook.
Join us on Discord.
Yes,
we have a Discord.
Yes, look us up on Discord, guys. Gamers Haven Podcast is the name of the Discord. We will be posting links to that on our Facebook channel. Is probably the first place we'll have those links up. So come join the discussion. Tell us what you want to see, what you want to hear, and
what you're playing.
What you're playing.
What you're running. Yeah. What should we be playing? What should we be running? What games are you totally into? What video games should we all play? Now that I have a computer that will actually run more Microsoft Word.
I still think the group once we can get Ethan a copy, the group Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough needs to happen.
There's one that Ethan and I need to play that's coming out. A classic from our teenage years, not youth. Night Dive Studios is remastering Outlaws from LucasArts.
I remember that game. I loved Outlaws.
The best spaghetti western first-person shooter ever made.
I mean, I've got the GOG version that's out, but it's just a version. I love
but we'll talk about that more next time. Thank you everybody for watching, and listening, and we will see you soon.
All right, thanks guys.
Bye everyone.